Today, I'm going to be doing something that has never been done in the history of YouTube. In partnership with Essential, I'm going to use a camera the shape of a globe to find out if the Earth is shaped like a globe. Humans have believed the Earth to be spherical in shape for thousands of years. Over 70 years ago, the first images of Earth were captured from space, allowing people to witness this with their own eyes for the very first time. But there are still some who refuse to believe this. I'm going to be giving a voice to those that so often get shunned of the flat Earth. And in today's society and movement, I'm going to be interviewing members. Rex, thank you so much for doing this interview. Yeah. Trevor, thank you so much for doing this interview.
Nice to meet you, Anthony, right?
Yes. Sasha, thank you so much for coming here to do this interview.
So I can sit or stand?
Yeah, whichever one you prefer.
I'll sit first.
Yeah. Okay. Lucy, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. It means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you.
Do you call yourself a flat earther?
Well, I would say you are, what I am for sure is I know without a doubt that we don't live on a spinning ball.
Is it Flat Earth Society?
No, I don't consider
The
myself to be in
maximum height is
any society.
Sorry, I can't really...
2,097 feet of Catalina. It's about 48 miles from the Santa Monica Pier.
Can you help me move this? Can we move it? Thanks.
I mean, it has an isthmus, it has all this stuff. You can see the entire Catalina is there. Now, that's impossible.
If you come from mud, just like millions of years of rain and all that stuff, just like piling down, and it turns into bacteria and it just kind of crawls into something else, and I come from a banana, that doesn't make sense.
Because I was discussing it with people, and we got in arguments actually, and they're saying, look, you cannot see all of Catalina, it's impossible.
What would you say to those people that believe they
I would tell them,
come from bananas? Are there any quotes you like to keep in your head or say to yourself when no one believes you about the Earth being flat?
once you go flat, you never glow back.
Once you go flat, you never glow back.
You'll never glow back. I promise you, you will never glow back, and it'll be the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Yoda in Empire Strikes Back, he has plenty of really wise lines in that movie. And the most important line of the whole franchise is he says to Luke when they're on Dagobah, he says, "You must unlearn what you have learned." And that could not be more true.
Because 2/3 of it...
I wasn't making any progress with these flat earthers, so I decided to communicate with them scientific experiments to prove something the way they communicated with me, by changing that has already been disproven. Here's changing the laws of physics and making up little something I'm working on. This looks like a normal shoe, right? Relatively flat bottom. I made these, and I'll explain. This is what shoes would look like if the Earth were actually round.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yes. Slight curve.
Slight curve.
For 8 inches for every square mile.
Did you do the math to figure out if this was the right amount of curve?
Yeah, I did the math.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
this is the right amount of curve that there
Okay.
should be. And this should be curved if the Earth...
Everything should be curved. It's frozen ice.
Exactly.
On a bigger scale. All water should be curved. There should be 20 miles of... So you've looked into Lake Baikal in Siberia.
I know that everything should be curved, and it's not. Like, look.
Exactly.
Does this make any sense?
It makes no sense.
Oh shit.
Can you go through?
My heel just went through it, yeah?
So how come planets orbit other things? Moons orbit planets, but why are we not orbiting?
Tell me why gravity doesn't make sense. There's so many different reasons. There's, if I jumped... why
We're stuck to the Earth,
Why
but
do
we're
the
not
rules
orbiting.
only apply when they're convenient?
Exactly. Gravity is utter nonsense.
Okay, I'm jumping in place here. Why did I fall in that same exact spot?
Because you're heavy, not because of gravity.
It appeared I was beginning to win these flat earthers over.
I'm pretty persuasive.
If you
Feeling a lot of evidence right now.
were president or leader
This is like totally...
and you found out that there was irrefutable evidence that the Earth was flat, what would you say to the people to enlighten them?
I did not have sexual relations without flat plane.
You're not an accident.
I was an accident. My parents had me out of wedlock.
I take this opportunity to renounce my presidency because government is outdated. We're going to have an anarcho-capitalist or voluntarist system from now on.
If I lay down a beat, would you give me a quick rap?
Flat Earth is under my feet. Part of me.
Flat
I have got you
as Matt
deep in the heart.
under cat.
The Earth is flat. Yo. The Earth is flat. Yo. The Earth is flat. Yo.
I'm gonna bring in something. Just one
Okay.
second.
All right.
I think this will help us prove that the Earth is flat. What would you call this area? The edge?
Well, according to that AE map, which I told you there's some controversy about, that's what they would say is Antarctica.
In the middle here, what is on the outside edge?
This is a disk of ice.
Some people have theorized that there's like just tons in programming.
So we have a 200
Tons of Earths, and we are all kept separate.
foot wall of
But maybe we all get the same television.
ice, like right here. But up here we have a dome, like a glass dome that's surrounding us.
That makes this basically, what's the word? A terrarium.
Flat Earth gravity work.
Cool.
Look, oceans.
I could touch the dome right here. I could touch the dome.
I don't know if you could, but did you remember the Truman Show?
Yeah.
He did.
Whoa.
There's land, there's continents, and then there's ocean. They tell us our world because it's spinning. All the oceans curve, everything sticks.
Yeah.
Okay, oceans. So let's see if water will stick to a spinning. Gravitate.
Yeah. And
Wow.
yeah. Let's see.
Okay, should I just pour it?
Yeah. Look what happened. It all flew off right on my crotch. NASA was developed only to hide the truth.
Yeah.
You NASA. Stop trying to lie to me.
And so when they came up with the space program with a guy who was in charge of mind control for the Nazis, it kind of spells it out for itself. I'm sure you can do 2 + 2 on this one.
Yeah. And yeah, your mom is actually here. You brought your mother today.
She became a flat earther, and guess what? My dad thinks it's idiotic.
Really?
Yeah, and because he's brainwashed.
If I were to come out to my mom as believing the Earth is flat, what do you think I should say to her in the shape of our world?
Mom,
I want to question the shape of our world.
Mom,
I realized
I want to question.
that the Earth is flat.
You can see all of Catalina. I'll do it in a roundabout sort of way.
So I could just say to her, have you ever noticed that you can see all of Catalina, Mom?
I worship you.
I worship you.
I worship you always.
I worship you always.
Because you brought me into this world.
Because you brought me into this world.
And that's what's up.
And that's what's up!
That's what's up!
They may not have gained my approval of the flat earth theory, but there is one thing that was gained that is more valuable than any belief. 4 new friends for life.
See you later. Bye, guys. Press the like.
Yeah.
It's flat.